Hey geeks, do you love comics, collectibles, and TCG? Well, here at Cardboard Cave, we have the place for you. Pass by Kapitan Granuja Comics and Games and find all your favorite geeky items there. Look for them at Facebook or Instagram or call them at 787-659-7003. A store blessed by Nicole Bolas. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode, a very, very late episode of the Cardboard Cave podcast. We're going to be talking about Strixhaven. A lot of spoilers have come in. A lot of crazy shenanigans have been happening with different artists, and plus some cards that have been spoiled in the historical archive slots that should have been Harry Potter, but they're not. It happens. So let's see what's going to do, what we're going to say. But remember, if you guys haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We just look for us as Cardboard Cave MTG. You will find us. All of the content that we do here live is available, and extra content will be available in the near future. We're still working on a little bit knickknacks that we're having issues with the portion of JP. We might talk about that in the future for all of you, so pay attention. Plus, again, you can't watch us live. If you can't see us through your phone, you can go ahead and hear us, even though that does not make sense at all, but you guys can hear us in your favorite podcast format. So go ahead, look for us at Cardboard Cave MTG Podcast. All of our shows are live. They're available for your enjoyment. You can listen to it while you work out, while you play Magic, or while you drive to your work, or while you're going back home. You choose what you want to do with the podcast format. So right now, I don't have control of the live due to the fact that I log out of the application. So Orengo is going to be the one popping everybody out in 3, 2, 1. It didn't work.
There we go.
There you go. I did it. It's a delay. There's a delay, man.
There's a delay. There's a delay. Okay. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead. Share my screen. Let me go ahead. There you go. Yeah, lets me share it. So I'm gonna add it in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So Strixhaven, guys. So we've kind of gotten an idea. And we've mentioned it a lot of times in previous shows. We mentioned that this was the Harry Potter collaboration set. We've seen it with the cards that have been spoiled. I do have a theory on the archive thing slot of the cards that are popping out with the art. I have a theory of why there are too many cards, to be exact. And the interesting fact that you can buy an English collector booster box and you will get 2 Japanese alternate art cards in your booster pack.
Cool.
Okay. Sadly, again, here we go with the same thing. There's too many cards in this archive slot, so it's slim to none that you will get the pricey cards. We all know that, because we have a lot of commons in these slots. So guys, so what are your thoughts for the cards that have been spoiled now?
Well, I'm kind of excited for Boros. They're getting a lot of cool stuff. This is very nice, cool stuff. I'm a bit disappointed with one of the cards recently because I feel like I'll get to that when we start talking more in depth.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's go ahead and share the... Why doesn't it let me share? Oh, I think, Orengo, you have to accept it.
I need to accept it. Oh, I'm sorry. There you go, buddy. I didn't know. I thought you could
Accept.
Sorry.
I thought the same thing, so don't worry about it. Okay, guys, so this is the first slot. Let me see if I can... I can't see. Okay, there we go.
I'm gonna put a little... You should zoom it in a little bit more.
Yeah, give me one quick second. Is that I have to move everything.
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
More.
Okay, so if you guys see me looking at this way, it's because I have this have the stream here, but Orengo, you're the captain today, so
Yeah. Okay. No problem.
okay. So these are the first spoiled cards of March 29th, 2021. I'm super excited for this set. I am really intrigued on the new mechanics that they have mentioned. One of them being Megacraft, if I'm not mistaken. Magecraft and lesson.
Yeah.
Learn lesson.
Learn lesson. And there was one more, if I'm not mistaken. There was one more.
The other one is, if you scroll down further, way further, there's the other mechanic. I think it was Ward, which is like
yes.
which is like standard light hexproof, essentially.
Exactly. We'll get into that later. So, okay, guys, March 29th, we got a couple of cards here. We got Relic Sloth, Campus Guide, Symmetrista Maestre, that's in another language, Sparring Regimen, and I have to say something.
Regimen, yeah.
I have to say something. Wizard of the Coast, where is our card?
Right? I know. Where's our little spoiler card?
Where's our little spoiler card? Like, at least the comment. I'm happy with the comment for all of us.
I would have gotten that Relic Sloth. I don't care. I'll be like, hey guys, we got a 5-mana do nothing.
Speaking of a common, we'll get. I know. Well, this is the perfect segue. Right under Sparring Regimen, Thrilling Discovery. Could you get? You gain red and a white sorcery. You gain 2 life, then you may discard 2 cards. If you do, draw 3 cards. Okay. Oh look, it's red and white, but technically this is a white card. This is the draw 3 cards in my opinion. Yeah. Remember when Mario said, "Oh, there's gonna be a white card that says draw 3 cards."
This is it.
This is it.
And it's not even mono white.
Yeah, don't even think about it too much. It's probably that.
All of those. That's kind of white cards. I got screwed here.
That's the one thing I have. Like, really, you couldn't just be mono white. No,
it's cute. It's gonna be useful in standard. It's not horrible. Like, it's just another variation of a lot of these discard. Like, as an additional cost, discard.
It's a cathartic reunion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
It's a worse cathartic reunion. A
Well,
better.
it's worse.
A better, but worse.
It's worse because you have white. It's better because you have a gain 2 life.
Exactly.
So. Is that going to be that relevant? 2 life?
Well.
In standard, I feel like it is though.
It is, yeah, because mono red exists.
Mono red's gonna kill you for over 10 damage, anyways.
But 2 life can help you out a little bit.
It's just a hold shot until you can start getting your.
It's good to have cathartic reunion in standard. So
I guess but I'm just sad that if that's going to be the draw 3 cards as a white card, if that's it, then it's just kind of disappointing.
It is, but I feel like these Boros cards, and when we start getting into them, they're very good in general.
They're actually this is the one card. This is the one card I wanted to talk about.
But in theory, if you use Thrilling Discovery, and again, I know that it's mentioning it a lot. If you use it in Commander, it's not that bad because you get a lot of card draw. Plus, in Boros, there's a lot of discard mechanics that can help you out. So I guess this is just like me, the Commander player in me, thinking about there is not that much card draw for red.
For Boros,
and we all know that is like the biggest lack in Boros when you want to do a Commander for
drawing is a huge problem.
Exactly. Because unless you're going through the life gain route on white, that there's a lot of cards that you can pay to, you gain X amount of life, draw a card, then you got that card draw, but then you're not, not all commanders are life gain when you do Boros. But let's go to the one that Orengo was mentioning, the Sparring Regimen. When it enters the battlefield, learn. You may reveal a lesson card you own from outside the game and put into your hand, or discard a card to draw a card. Whenever you attack, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature and untap it. Jesus Christ. And it costs 3. Jesus. Broken.
And there's already like a white 1/1 counter deck running around, or white.
Yes, there is. The Celestia
one. I feel like it hasn't taken off the way it should.
No,
but
See,
it gets kind of like easily like board wiped and stuff like that. So
yeah.
the
Actually,
strong
you
thing
know-
about that card is it's 3 mana, 2 and a
It
white.
is,
That's the
yeah.
actual strong part.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, even though this one was a better card when it was in standard, it was the Guilds of Ravnica white one that you would pay 3. All of your creatures get 1/1 counters, and if you would play in the adamant that it's on your main phase, they would gain. I think it was indestructible.
Yeah.
And
But that's more of a combat trick. This is
They,
more
no,
like an
yeah.
anthem.
They
no,
gain
no, that's what I'm
they
saying.
gain indestructible regardless. They only get +1 counters if you do it in your turn.
Oh, and you do it
Exactly.
in your turn. Oh, okay.
The adamant ability was in your if you do it in your turn. Yeah.
Yeah, but I say that in if we were running mono white weenie right now,
Mhm.
that would have been better than this because it's a turn 3 enchantment. The learn thing depends on the learn card. So should we pass to the learn like that people can see?
Well, yeah. Do
I
you
feel like
have you seen any learn cards or any lesson cards? Because there's a
I have
couple.
seen a
There's a
couple.
few,
I've seen a
but-
couple.
I feel like
mean-
it's mostly just a discard a card, draw a card.
Yeah, there's one right here.
It's mostly you're gonna.
I'm going to give you an argument against that. I was thinking the same
okay.
thing. I was thinking,
that's
oh,
also-
the lesson learned is a crap mechanic. But then I saw a couple of videos talking
The scry
about
to draw a card.
and
or-
it's kind of insane
This
when you
one.
think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
that
put
one.
it whatever. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. It's colorless. It's colorless preordained for 3 mana.
Mm-hmm.
But it's versatile. So a person made this argument, and I was thinking up till that point that the lesson and learn mechanic was gonna be like, whatever, like you're getting like a subpar card from the sideboard. But when you think about it, there's this problem. In Arena, basically what 95% of the games are best of 1. They're not best of 3. Unless you're like a pro player and you have time to waste, you will play best of 3. So what does that imply? You don't need a sideboard. So that implies that you have a 60 card deck plus a 15 card wish board in which you can pluck any card that you need for that specific scenario from the wish board onto your hand and then use it. Granted, it's a preordain for 3, but it's still a preordain. There's the other one. It's a 5 mana exile, a non-land permanent. Fine, it's a 5 mana one, but it's colorless. So
And you
it's
drop.
like, and you get to like no, you
No,
don't.
the
It's
controller
controller
drops.
does, but you get to remove problematic stuff, and that's not counting the good ones because there's good lesson cards. There's legit good ones. There's one that reanimates planeswalkers. There's another one that
I want that one.
Yeah, that was really good. Like in general, it's a really good card. There's one that stops, basically does a nevermore for a turn for a card in your hand, or stops a creature from attacking or blocking for a whole turn phase. So there are good lessons. There's good rare lessons, and then there's good common ones that, because they're colorless, even though they're a bit more costly, one lets you ramp, the other one lets you scry and draw, the other one lets you remove problematic cards.
It's not ramp really.
It's no. There's one that's like,
You look for a land card and put it into your hand.
I know. It's not like amazing, but what I'm saying is the idea behind it could become a huge problem in best of 1, because essentially you have access to a 15 extra board of wish board cards. That, I mean, Karn is a problem, and Karn lets you pluck like. Karn is like the one card that lets you pluck cards from your wish board. Now you have a set that has multiple cards that lets you learn and gets you a card from the wish board that essentially could like help you solve a problematic card or situation you have on board. And that's just based on what we've seen, and we've only seen like mostly commons and some of the rare lesson ones. Like if there's good mythic ones, which probably there's good mythic lessons, it might become a big issue. So I was like, at that point I was like thinking, it's like useless. And the other thing is too, if we ever get good in the pandemic situation, the other problem is going to be that when we get back to like playing paper Magic or however this could be, how can you go, like it's going to like divide the metagame into decks that use the learn lesson mechanic, which it's going to be heavily used, but it cannot be used in best of 3 because you're watering down your sideboard with crappy lesson cards. And then you'll have the other metagame where it's dominated by the lesson and the learn mechanic. Because again, there's so many cards that essentially tutor for extra cards that are not in your deck, so they don't bog you down. It becomes, that's that was my rant. I was like, I thought it was a shit mechanic until I saw that video, and I'm like, oh my god, it's a problem.
You mentioned you mentioned having a mythic lesson, and how many mythic slots can there be? Like, there's going to be 5 mythic elder dragons.
Probably 5.
But there's 5 mythic elder dragons. 5. There's right there, Hofri Ghost Forge, and he's a mythic, but he's just a legendary creature. And I'm assuming he's in the Boros Scrolls. He's going to be part of the Lorehold house, that magic house. So I'm assuming there's going to be more mythic legendaries of that same type. So that's 10 mythics already. How many more slots of mythics can you even have?
Well, okay, say there isn't any mythic lessons, but even the rare ones, both of them are very good. Okay. So I'm just saying, even if there aren't any mythic lessons, maybe there aren't, but they're pretty good. Good enough to play in EDH on their own. Imagine having that in standard and having a card, having multiple cards in your deck that can essentially just tutor for it at any point that you deem necessary to stop a threat or create a threat. The Reanimate Planeswalker one is ridiculous.
I haven't seen that one.
It's really good. It's just X and a black, and then you pay that X for the mana value of the card in your for the Planeswalker in your graveyard. Okay. Or you can kill a Planeswalker because you remove twice the X loyalty counters from a Planeswalker. Granted, it's a sorcery. Thank God, but it's still a problem.
But there's Volok and Ori.
Oh Jesus!
That works in Commander, but how's that all going to affect Standard too? You got to think about that.
Yeah, but until we don't get the full set.
Yeah, of course.
Until we don't get the full spoiler, we can't assume that the lesson and learn mechanic is going to be bad, because I know that there's going to be pro players are going to be like, oh look, this looks interesting. People are not playing it, then I play it, and then I win championships, and then cards go ballistic in price. So you know how it is, But before we continue, we have to announce that MTG Arena is now available in iOS fully.
Yep.
This is a curse because I can't put my phone down.
Can you play with PC players? Because that was my problem the first time around.
I don't know, but I guess because I've played rank, the thing is that it's still laggy as heck.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a
I'm getting a lot of crashes in PC too.
Yeah, okay. The recent update. I think one of the followers from my channel, he's from Italy, I guess, or Colombia. I really don't know, but he told me that this previous update had a lot of bugs, and people were very, very pissed off about it. So I even had I couldn't load the game until I closed it 7 times. So imagine that. It's really, really awful,
But it'll just take forever entering a match.
or that. True. Okay, so continuing with the spoilers.
Go ahead.
So we got curate. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put any number of them into your graveyard, and then the rest back on the top of your library in any order. Draw a card for 2. I like that card.
Dredge, maybe.
And exactly, that could be a thing. That could be a thing. Actually, isn't there a Kaldheim creature that uses the graveyard?
Perhaps. If
I'm not mistaken, I think there is one in black.
I do not remember.
I don't remember right now, but I think there is.
I always know that there's Pulkranos and Theros, and there's also all the mill mechanics that are running around, especially with rogues.
Yeah, I agree. So this just adds a little bit more to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then skipping the put target creature into your owner's for second to the top.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Horrible. Hofri Ghost Forge. It costs 5 really mana. Boros. Spirits you control get +1/+1 and have trample and haste. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, exile it. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a spirit in addition to its other types. And it has, when this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to your graveyard.
Yeah,
that's pretty interesting. I really do. It's really intriguing.
Pretty broke.
Really strong. It's worthy of a myth. It's Boros Reanimator. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
Boros
Boros.
reanimator.
Yeah, that's worthy of being like a good stuff Boros deck. That's what
Yeah.
it
Like
is.
you're just
Yeah.
it's Boros reanimator. Oh, this perfect enter the battlefield effect.
This is something
I
that Chris
sacrificed
would
it.
build
Yeah, yeah.
and do
Something like
shenanigans.
He can even be in the 99 of like another deck easily.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
of course. Definitely.
He works
Really
by
good.
himself. All you need is good creatures.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good
Literally just
good ATVs, and you're set.
True.
really
That is
strong.
completely true. Thrilling Discovery, we spoke about this one a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah.
We, at least in my side, it's good for Commander.
Help
Standard, it
out
depends.
Hoppery.
What?
Which one? Well, we did
No,
spoke about
thrilling.
Hoppery.
No, thrilling discovery. Just like help out Hoffery a bunch.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
well, yeah, true.
Mhm.
But what would you discard, though?
Stuff you don't need, so you draw cards. You're in Boros.
Yeah.
You need to draw cards.
Hmm.
Lands.
You just need
because
something you can play. You don't
lands
care what it
always
is.
appear.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, going more further down. Reduced to memory is a cost 3. Exile target non-land permanent. A controller creates a 3/2 red and white spirit token.
3 battle removal right there.
Yeah.
It feels like a limited card, and if
Yeah.
only, but you might be giving them like remove a threat, but now you have an evasive. It does it have flying?
It
No,
does
it
not
doesn't
have
have
that.
No,
It
it's
doesn't
a
have
No, no.
flying, but it's still a 3/2 threat.
For
I get to wishboard it whenever I need.
True.
That's the
true.
thing about these lessons.
true.
Like they're a little
And-
subpar, but they're useful in a
oh
pinch.
wait, so this
been more
little
so
icon
in-
makes them the lesson or
Yes,
learn?
the
I mean,
the
it's a
little
sorcery
icon
lesson.
thing.
We also
Yeah,
got to remember
but
we got Fae of Wishes
every
around in standard. as well.
everyone that has a little icon like that, those are the
Okay.
lessons. Yeah,
Damn,
Mhm.
Jesus.
yeah. There's a
Uh,
bunch of lessons.
I like
Again,
this
they're
red card.
subpar, but yeah, that one's actually kind of cool. I agree.
I like this red card. Like
Mhm.
I saw it while I was on my way back from work. I saw it heated debate and I liked it. It's a cost 3 that deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. It can't be countered.
And that's the important part against control.
Exactly. It
Because
can't be
control is
countered.
gonna have those planeswalkers that you can't
Mhm.
stop, and then you're like, I want to kill this stupid thing so I can win.
Yeah,
This
it's
one,
happened to me way too many times.
yeah, this one reminds me of the one that came out in Origins that was rare, but instead of 4 damage to target creature or planeswalkers, it's 4 damage to target player, but it will be 2 red and 1, and it had the spellcraft.
Yeah.
That if you control 2 or more instants and sorceries, it can't be countered. It reminds me of that one, but this one definitely, like if you have a very, very interesting creature or planeswalker,
Spell
it-
mastery.
spell mastery, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, spellcraft. Okay, yeah.
Uh, it's really interesting. I really do like it. It's a really good card for red. I don't
Mhm.
think it's gonna take up that much space in terms of like slots in the red deck.
Does
unless
that even
you-
need it?
Sideboard at best.
Sideboard at best,
Yeah.
yeah. The thing that helps it is the instant portion.
And they
that
cannot be countered because
Oh, yeah.
you have something. Remember, red is gonna be early, but then if control stabilizes, you're like, how do I kill this stupid Teferi? And it's like that kills stupid Teferi.
True,
So-
true.
Yep.
Okay, next card is Strict Proctor. It's a 2-drop that has flying. Whenever a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability to trigger, counter that ability unless its controller pays 2. It's a
I
1/3.
I want
What?
it so bad.
Why couldn't it be your opponent's stuff? That way
Come
you can
on.
that way you can have fun, but they can't.
Pero
Oh, that's too broken.
Fair
No,
enough,
it's
pero
not.
come on,
There's
it's still
already
pretty
another card that
good.
does something
It's
similar
still
to it.
good.
It's not. It's definitely too good. Like it's really good.
Really
I'm
good.
just, I'm just kind of sad it affects you at the same time. So it's not. It's probably a thing I wouldn't play just because of the type of deck I make.
But you know, I'm gonna play it.
Oh yeah, Chris, we know you
Uh,
you take a million years to make your turns happen.
yes, it's great.
Okay, next card. And in the treatment of borderless,
Cool.
Ifrit Flame Painter.
Flame Painter.
Cost 4, creature Ifrit Shaman, double strike. Whenever Ifrit Flame Painter deals combat damage to a player, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put in your graveyard, it exile it instead, and it's a 1/4.
It's interesting.
So expensive though.
Yeah.
I know.
Also,
So
a thing I also want to say is like Ifrit has its own creature type when Ifrits are just Jinns,
Hmm.
and then Jin
Okay.
have his own creature type. Just
Okay.
kind of interesting that has that.
Cool.
I really do like the card. I would have preferred it to cost a little less.
Three
Like,
mana would have been nice.
yeah.
There's a Theros Mythic, one red Mythic. I think it's a 1/3 double
Hmm.
strike
Hmm.
that whenever it deals damage, you exile the top card of your library and you can play that card. Pay mana, but until end of turn you may play that card. It reminds me of that, but that's 3 mana and 1/3. This is 4 mana, 1/4,
What
and 4 mana. The difference between 3 mana and 4 mana is very big in this case.
what about
Especially
Dreadboard?
for an aggressive card.
But what about Dreadboard Arcanist? That's literally a better
That's
version.
Yes, yeah. That,
It's infinitely a better version than what we're seeing right here. And that things are rare. I don't know why that shit's rare. That's so weird. Like, and they gave it double strike. I don't know why. They should have given haste. Like at that
They're
point,
also
just give it haste.
they're kind of giving recursion to like adventure spells if you think about it though.
True. Yeah, because once
So,
you use them and abuse
For
them,
example, you can
reuse
just
them.
cast the giant. If it dies, whatever, it's in your graveyard. You smack face with a free flame palm, or maybe even attach an ember cleave to it. Then you basically get your giant back by casting it at like something your opponent has, or casting it to its face, and now it's just floating as a creature in exile.
I agree. Although if you're doing that, you're probably already winning so hard.
True.
You
Yeah,
have to be winning
exactly.
so
No, yeah,
hard.
but I've seen red just get out of like tight spots and like more like late game-ish by simply like having a creature, putting Ember Cleave on it, and then it just does something ridiculous, and you're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
even if you're playing like a mid-range or control deck, if they catch you in a bad spot, it's over.
Mhm.
True. You're right.
But
Were you gonna
otherwise,
say
the red
something,
deck
JP?
would just like run out of steam.
if you're smacking with this, you're already winning.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like
You're not smacking with this if you're not winning. So
Yeah. It's so expensive. You're attacking by turn 5. You have to be winning by that point.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's like a
Definitely.
good thing, like to like basically recovering from like a board wipe, and you just need to finish off your opponent instead of just waiting for like a shock spell that can hit his face.
Yeah.
Okay, next card, Blade Historian, costs 4 in what was this called? Dang it, I forgot.
Split mana?
Split mana.
yeah, it's
Attacking
interesting. It's
creatures
nice.
you control have double strike, and he's a 2/3.
That's actually really decent.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it. It's enjoyable. It's really interesting to see creatures come back with like having like attacking creatures or anything gives you this additional effect. That's really nice. I like it. It's in the rare slot, so you can find it easy. Like the borderless, I like the art. I really do like the art that they're doing for the borderless ones.
I like that. I like that John says it's like enjoyable. It's like a warm hug. It's like when you
Yes.
snuggle up in winter. It's like that. It's so nice and cozy having creatures that double strike you in the face. It's so.
It's like it would be, that you got Sarkin that turns your planeswalkers to creatures.
Oh God, no.
Imagine
No.
like you flashing the
No,
Blade Historian before
I
damage,
don't imagine it,
No,
John.
I don't imagine these things.
don't imagine.
I don't.
and then it's like, hey, look, I got 4 planeswalkers. That's 8 damage into the face for each.
That's why we carry Settle the Wreckage if someone's playing white.
Oh yeah.
Am I
please.
right?
Always,
right?
always do. Yeah.
That's completely, utterly true, man. I hate that card so much.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
The only like I'm not playing it because I'm not playing any white decks. That's the only reason.
I would add it for the Knights commander that I have. That it's for the equipment one, but
Yes.
it depends on like what I would remove for it. So I really don't know. But it's a good card. I like it. It's a good 4-drop, so I enjoy it.
Make it Voltron. Put more board wipes in it. You're good.
It's not a bad idea. And it's 3 colors, so I got red, white, and black as
I
board
was
wipes.
trying to build a Voltron deck with like the guys that came out in Commander Legends. I think it was like the Commander set. I always forget the name. It's Commander Legends, right?
Yeah, Commander Legends.
Yeah, so like one of the partners that just like attaches all of the equipment on a creature, Like at the beginning of combat,
okay.
you just attach all your equipment on it. I was trying to make something with that, but I didn't have some of the cards. But yeah, you could probably try to figure something out like that for your knights.
Mm-hmm. That's an idea to figure out. Then we got Spirit Summoning, create a token. Here we go. It's a sorcery lesson. 3-drop. I guess that's fine if you're token based deck. Reconstruct History, 4-drop
Interesting card.
Boros. Return up to 1 target artifact card, up to 1 target enchantment, up to 1 target instant, up to 1 target sorcery, up to 1 target planeswalker. Card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile, reconstruct history. Wait, whoa. You can return up to 1 of each.
We're getting
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh card effects.
There's already effects that do this, but this is the first
Yeah.
time you get it with 4 mana and in Boros.
Wow.
Yeah.
Artifact, enchantment,
Creature.
creature.
Is that artifact
Instant
enchantment,
sorcery.
instant
Oh, no,
yeah.
instant sorcery,
Artifact enchantment,
planeswalker.
instant sorcery, planeswalker, yeah.
Okay, so if it's
Just-
Golos, doubling season. I have no idea which of these removal, I guess. Damnation and do I have an instant? Yeah, Path to Exile and a Planeswalker, Teferi, Heroes of Dominaria. There you go, my 5 cards.
This is why I play Niv Mizzet. It's your fault, John. The reason I play
Come
Niv
on.
Mizzet is your fault. I wanted us to play Joyride again, but you say things like that, and I'm like, nah, we're playing Niv Mizzet.
Oh god, I still
You
got
got-
PTSD for that last game. Y'all countered everything. Complaint squat. So, do you guys remember the name of the guild? I mean, not the guild, the
The
class, the house.
Lorehold. Yeah,
The
Lorehold.
house? Lorehold, yeah.
Lorehold,
that's,
okay.
that's the founding
fellow-
dragon.
So,
Fellow Makers, Lorehold. Oh my god, 5, 6, 7 mana Elder Dragon. Flying Vigilance Haste. I like the haste part.
Yes.
Whenever our beautiful dragon attacks, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value less than or equal to our pretty dragon's power from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in any random order.
So this is just
Jesus.
your typical. I attack. Look at the top 7. Oh look, extra combat. Put them into, attack again. Oh look, extra combat. Attack again until you kill them. Because most extra combat spells are worth 5 or less, and the only very few are worth 6. And you're in Boros colors either way, so you can just pump him up pretty easily. You just attack, extra combat, attack, extra combat. 7 mana though is still a lot.
Yeah, 7 mana is a hefty tax.
He makes me want to play Nada in in standard. I know it's not going to work, but I want to just to have him in there. Smack face, get a giant back.
Yeah, I like it. You know, it's not that bad. The cost is pretty deep.
At
cost
6
is a lot.
mana, I would have accepted it as proper.
Yeah, exactly. At 6 mana, I guess I would. Yeah, I would have. In Commander, we're fine because it could be one of your 99.
Yeah.
A Commander, I would guess yes, but the thing is that recasting it again would be pretty hard.
It would
I
be
guess.
very costly,
Yes.
if you will.
Okay, next. Okay, so here we go. Go blank. Target player discards 2 cards, then exiles all cards from that player's graveyard for 3 mana.
Interesting, as it's just a better mind rot.
Mm-hmm. True story. Lorehold Pledge Mage costs 3. First strike Magecraft. That new mechanic that whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, Lorehold Pledge Master gets +1/+0 until end of turn.
Yeah. Good
And you
draft card.
You get
Yeah.
next card would be Lorehold Campus, and that's
Sure.
it's interesting. I saw that right now. 4 mana to tap and scry.
Mhm.
Even if in Commander is actually, you have nothing to do. You have mana. It's not the worst.
The
Just play,
Skylands?
just play a
The
Jeskai
Throne
Not
of,
commander.
even the
Throne of
Skyline.
Throne of Eldraine one, the 3 mana, the blue one that lets you scry
Oh,
two.
the four. Do you mean the 4 mana? Don't you have to pay four for to scry?
The Castle Ventress, you mean? Or
Yeah, Castle
Yeah.
Ventress.
What's how much you scry?
it's
I think
four.
it's
It
for
just
four,
right two.
Two,
but
just
you
two.
scry two exactly.
4 mana scry two. This is
Yeah.
4 mana scry one on a common land in
And I'm
colors that wouldn't
and
normally get that.
I'm assuming they're gonna have a cycle full of those.
But
Probably.
Yeah.
considering this is Boros colors, you don't normally get that, so it's
Oh
actually
yeah.
not that
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
No, no,
Like,
no.
it's actually quite decent.
yeah, yeah. You
No,
can
and
stick it
as
in a
well,
commander deck for sure.
yeah, and as well, if it's in standard and you're playing Boros, you can actually if your mana flooded, obviously if you're not losing, if you already have it, it can help you out in a way. At the end of your turn, pay for scry to see what you're going to draw. And you can put it on the bottom. Maybe it's the card that helps you out, maybe not. But again, it's still a card that is very costly for standard. But for commander though, again, we're going back to the whole talk. Commander is a very versatile card game. So for everybody that wants to start commander, see, you don't have to waste that much money for cards. This is a common
Yeah, and a good one.
and a good one, exactly.
That format.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then we're going to another lesson
Some
card.
comments. Give me a second.
Yeah.
So Howard tells us, "Hello, hi Howard."
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Arenaldo dice, "Why did John turn British while winning that card? He just does
It's
that.
the Harry Potter
just-
thing.
It's a Harry Potter thing.
thing.
And by that card, I mean the Dragon Lord Hold.
Lorehold,
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
He
Arnaldo,
misspelled it, but it's fine.
yeah, Arnaldo, just tell us which cards you like.
Exactly, yeah. So this one, Illuminate History, 4-drop, 2 red and 2. Discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards. Then if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, create a 3/2 red and white spirit token. But the sad part is that you only create 1.
Yeah, it should have been more, I guess, but
Yeah.
But how much more is just like too much? There's
I'd
three
say
tools.
2. I would have
I
done
would have said 2. Yeah, 2.
I
Or
think two-
probably, I don't know really. I would say 2. If it's the same effect, I would say 2. But you have on the card in like not Korea, not Kaldheim. Totally forgot the name of the set. In Zendikar. In Zendikar, you have the other red one that is a land as well that does the same effect, but it does not give you a token. The Valakut of I forgot the name of the card.
Yeah,
But it's
the
a
flip card.
sorcery and a land. The flip
Yeah.
card, yeah. The sorcery does this exact same thing,
For
but
3
without
mana.
but without the creature, but for 3 mana exactly. Or if you are stuck in lands, you can flip it for mana.
I'd rather have that. That's
I'd
actually
rather have
quite-
that, yeah. Yeah, I'd rather had that. Way better. Okay. Then we have another Lord, Quintorius Field Historian for 5, Boros and 3. Legendary creature, elephant cleric. I love the fact that more elephants are coming for Magic. I need them to make a bad commander of elephants, but I want to do it. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token, 2/4.
That's actually quite interesting. Well, if you made a commander out of this, you use I forgot it's like Relic of Progenitus. You start using it on yourself. Every turn you have a 3/2 for free, as long as you have stuff in your graveyard. And also
That's
you start
true.
start going through your deck and start making an army of 3/2s. And that's at least one, maybe several. And there's 3/2s. He gets +1, they give him +1/+0. That's 4/2s. Those can get out of hand really, really quickly. If you just
And if you have the
play
other
him,
Lord,
your deck was, I don't know, Faithless Looting, a Cathartic Reunion, Thrilling Possibility. You just start going through your deck as fast as you can while getting mana, and you play him, and just start removing graveyards, and you can just play a lot of hate cards to keep yourself alive while limiting the other players, and then just suddenly. So I tap this, I exile a card, I do this, I exile a card, I do this, I exile a card. I have 3 4/2s that are ready to attack the next turn. You could even exile the cards at instant speed. Just from nowhere, you can just get an army of 4/2s. It would be really interesting on how strong that could be.
Mm-hmm.
Very niche, but very strong when you start actually thinking about how removing cards from your graveyard can be.
He
Nice.
combos well with that like upcoming dwarf cleric too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the you have that lord as well. Aren't there more lords for spirits?
Yes, but a lot of them are like blue white.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. A lot of them are blue white. Yeah.
The main important one is blue white, the one that gives hexproof.
Yes, that's completely true. So let's go ahead and speed up the like that. We can go to the pretty art ones, like that. We can start talking about the crazy stuff that's happening in the community with the art. I really do like this one, Radiant Scroll Wielder. The fact that instants and sorcery spells you control have lifelink, love it.
Yeah, second card, right? It's the second card that does that.
Yeah,
Or third
the
card.
I think there's
From
It's a
God's
Boros
card.
card.
Dominaria, the Dominaria buy a box.
No, but there's also a third one then.
Exactly.
There's the master from, it's a Fade Reforged card, one in a white for a 2/2. Instant sorceries you control have lifelink, and he has two and hybrid blue white, deal blue red, and you can return a sorcery from the stack to your hand. I know that card because there's a lot of in Cube they use that to just cast Time Walk, pay 4 mana, get it back in your hand, cast Time Walk, and just have infinite turns.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's
Anyways, yeah.
Okay, let's keep going down.
Academic probation, the one lesson you were telling me about. That's one in a white. That's actually really
Choose
strong.
a non-land card
That's what I'm
name.
saying.
Opponent can cast spells with the chosen name until your next turn. Choose target non-land permanent. Until your next turn, it can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can be activated.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's really, really strong.
Really good.
You will not boast.
You will not do
Exactly.
anything.
You won't not do anything.
No, it's very strong. I like it a lot. Semester's End is really cool too. Like it's the
Okay.
ultimate blink.
Exile any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers you control. At the beginning of the next end step, return each of them to the battlefield under its owner's control. Each of them enters the battlefield with an additional 1/1 counter on it, and if it's a creature, an additional loyalty counter on it if it's a planeswalker. I like it. It's Teferi's protection in another way.
Basura.
Yeah.
It's at instant speed. Basura.
Yes, it's like when you guys do those board wipes.
I'm just happy
whoever
it's going to be
plays
in
the
standard, to be
Child of
honest.
Alara,
Yeah.
whoever plays that freaking creature, oh, everything goes kaput. I'm like, nope. 4. My planeswalkers are still alive.
No,
What?
you don't need it. White and standard needs it. You don't.
Come on. I need always to put more cards in Golos.
Oh, that's going to be so fun with Yori
this
on
one?
that.
No, Elite Spellbinder.
Oh, this one. Okay.
That's the card that's the likeliness of Paulo Vitor Damo da Rosa, the championship. You can even read it in the flavor
Oh,
text.
yeah, look, it says it right
says
here.
Paulo
What
Vitor
championship?
Damo da Rosa World Championship. I think that's 2020 or 2021.
2021.
It says when he enters the battlefield, you look at the target opponent's hand and you exile a non-land card from it. For as long as it remains exiled, they can play it, but they have to pay 2 more to cast it. And it's an ability that's not attached to the creature, it's attached to the spell that's exiled. So even if you remove the creature, the spell will remain exiled, and you still have to pay 2 more to cast it. This is the first time we see a Thoughtseize type effect in white, and it's also there's a one of the cards from, when was it, the mystery booster boxes, the special cards, I forgot what the name of those
The
cards.
test cards?
The test cards. One of the test cards was called Frog Kidnapper. And it's 1 in a black for a 1/1 that when it entered, it did basically the exact same thing. except instead of 2 mana, it was 3 mana, which was even more strong. 2 mana, 1/1 that just does that for 3. That's why it was a test card. But this is perfect example of that card, but balanced, because even though it's 3 mana, it's a evasive 3/1 that disrupts the hand.
Exactly.
It's a really, really good card.
Yeah.
I want that card for the cube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rip Apart is one of those cards that are from the promos. This is the design that you get on the promo packs. It has 3 damage to target creature and or planeswalker, and destroy target artifact or enchantment. This card is pretty good. For in modern, it could be used. Because in modern, you guys know that there is the Naya version, but you can do the whole with this one. You can do Boros completely because it has both effects. Either 3 damage or the target artifact or enchantment. Obviously, you're going to be using the second effect more than the first one.
More than likely, yeah.
Yeah,
Although,
but having this flexibility will just be nice.
Yeah. Too bad it's not instant, but it'd be too good if it was.
Yes,
instant.
it would be too good if it was an instant.
I kind of want to talk about Venerable Warsingers.
Yes.
More reanimation in Boros is just
I
beautiful.
love it so much.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's pretty
so
good.
Vigilance
it
Trample.
says, Go ahead, JP.
Okay. Vigilance Tramples whenever Venerable Warsingers. Yeah, Warsingers deals combat damage to a player. You may return target card from creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard, where X is the amount of damage the Venerable Warsinger deals. So it starts reanimating small 3 drops or less. Most of your utility creatures are going to be 3 drops or less. And if you pump it up, just reanimating something big is not that far-fetched. Just a 5 power creature is pretty decent.
Glorybringer.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You pump it for 5, hits for 5. Glorybringer hits you for more.
This is the type of card I like.
Oh my god.
Only if there were a commander, I would play him in.
You can find one. There's always hope. There's hope. Okay, so here we got the Japanese Mystical Archives. These are, sadly, I can't. This is one thing that I wish that Mythical Spoilers would have, that you can just hover and know which card it is.
Okay, let's say that's Putrefy, that's Lightning Helix, that's Growth Spiral, that's Electrolyze. Over there you have
Spiral looks amazing.
I know, right?
D-Spark.
This one.
That's D-Spark. I think
That's
that one's
pretty Nicol Bolas.
Yeah, that's
Even though it's
obviously
size.
D-Spark. I don't know what the green one was. I don't know what the green one that white. There's a few green ones that have the same mana cost. I'm just going through mana cost and just estimating because of the art.
I think this one gives I think it pumps the creature because it says +1/+1.
Yeah. If we keep on going, the arts are beautiful and
Oh yeah, I hate the fact that they do this to us.
think though 2 and 2 green on the right side. That's Harmonize.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, maybe that's Harmonize.
Does it? Wait, yeah, it is. But don't they have another art of the Harmonize like this? Oh wait, no. I'm mistaking. The English version. This is Croson Grip. We know that.
Does the bottom part say any art or any name?
No, it says Yuka Sakuma is the artist of this one. It looks gorgeous. I'm just gonna say, put it down.
I don't think that's Croson Grip. I think that's Cultivate.
This one?
Yeah, because Croson Grip. That's Croson Grip. Yeah. I just saw. I was looking on the other side on the under that on the left.
This one.
Could it Cultivate be this one? Yeah.
That's another grasping one, and I was like, oh, maybe that's Cultivate. But makes sense.
Looks like
it's beautiful.
This looks
like a lot of them are really beautiful.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Again,
they didn't make Azusa, did they?
Oh, I wish.
It's instant and sorceries only.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It's just the same cards we saw, but just Japanese artwork.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this. I know that there was a Shock. I know Shock is in the list.
I remember.
And Infuriate.
Might be that one red right there. No?
I know Shock I know
underneath.
shock is in it because I remember I saw it and it was in Spanish. Era choque.
Yeah.
Choke,
No,
yeah.
Shock is in there. Lightning bolt obviously is in there. Chaos warp, like a bunch of them. You know, you
Yeah,
scroll
okay, this
down.
is Chaos
Isn't
Warp
that
was,
something the firstborn?
if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken,
firstborn
yeah.
is gonna be the one with the little demon and the child.
The cat, is it a Kappa demon with a child?
That
Or is
one
it-
right
No,
there.
it's an
No,
ogre or
scroll
something.
down. Scroll a little bit
This
down
one?
to the second one. That one right there.
I
That's
thought
the
it was like
claim
one of the
firstborn.
turtle demons.
Mm.
This art is amazing. I really
Yeah.
do like it. This
All
is
of them
duress,
ridiculous.
if I'm not
Is that-
mistaken.
Because that's
Yes,
like
it
the
is, sir.
4 mana removal that has what's the name of that planeswalker? It's not Ashiok, is it? That's like on the double black on top.
This Doom Blade.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, Doomblade, but I'm talking about like this,
This
one
one?
right here. No, the one to the left, 4 mana.
This one.
Is that
4
Ashiok?
mana.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
I do
This
not
is
know
a
what that is.
sorcery.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
they're
no,
all
no.
sorceries. and
Like
stuff,
one
right?
of like the
Artwork-wise,
sorcery.
I
There's
don't
like
know.
I don't think so. No.
I don't think
there's
so.
like an Ashiok sorcery, but I get it's like four
But-
black mana. No.
But I do
I
got
don't-
to say that
Gotta check.
they Wizard of the Coast, even though we didn't get like the Harry Potter collaboration, but the Japanese one, I like these collabs with the Japanese artists. They did it with the War of the Sparks one.
Mhm.
That you could get the anime style planeswalkers. I like that. I really did like it. Sadly, they didn't do what they did here because in the collector booster boxes were still not available for War of the Sparks. So it's good that the fact that you can buy a collector booster box, the American one, and still get 2 of them, that's really good, even though I think that they're non-foil. They're not going to be foil.
I hope
So-
they're not. I don't want them to curl into nothing.
True story. You got a good point there. But the art, gotta say, this is revitalized. Gain 3 life, draw.
Ooh. The one with the dragon on it, though, right under
This one?
revitalized.
Oh,
Yeah.
this-
Oh, that looks ridiculous. I love it.
They all look. This is Approach of the Second Sun.
Yes. Mostly because the 6 on a white is the only.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the only one that's
Yeah,
gonna
the only
fit that.
one. Yeah, definitely.
I just
Okay.
love the way they made like the horns
There.
of the elk thing. and
There
stuff.
we go.
No,
Here
no,
we
that,
are.
not that one. No, that one.
Which
The
one?
next one. Tainted Pact.
This one.
That's a
Tainted
great
Pact.
reprint.
That is a huge
Exile the
reprint.
top cards
Yeah.
of your library. You may put that card into your hand unless it has the same name as another card exiled this way. Repeat this process until you put a card into your hand or you exile 2 cards with the same name, whichever comes first.
So
Pretty cool.
this is a combo enabler.
Yeah.
You just name the combo card you need, start looking through until you get that combo card, and then just go off.
Mm-hmm.
And then
They're really
just don't
strong.
name a combo card and just have Tassus Oracle and you win.
That also
Yes.
is just name Emrakul, the Promised End, and oh look, I don't or
guys,
Aeon Zorn.
guys.
Oh look, it's banned. I can't, and I just
Oh
Guys.
no.
Guys,
oh,
we
no.
all know that the best card
No,
in
stop.
this block is this one.
Of course, Divine Gambit. Yes.
Divine Gambit.
Well,
Oh, of course.
Seth from MTG Goldfish, people know him as Saffron Olive.
Yeah.
He mentioned that the fact that Divine Gambit is in this set as this kind of suggests, at least in his thought process, that they really thought that Divine Gambit was going to be a good card.
Yup. The Wizards really thought that people were going to use Divine because you can't plan that. You got to plan very far ahead. So they
Yes.
thought, and most of the uncommons are correct. But this one, they dropped the ball so hard. They were probably sitting there thinking, Divine Gambit's so good, right? Am I right, guys? And they were probably
Am I
high-fiving
right?
in the office. Am I right, guys? So good. We're going to put it in the other set. It's going to sell gangbusters, my guy, because it's going to be like a $5 uncommon. Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
Maybe
my
they
Lord.
printed opponent by mistake. You know, maybe.
No,
Come on.
no.
Come on.
They printed this consciously, very consciously.
Yeah.
It was a mistake. The whole card was a mistake. You don't understand, Orengo.
All of it, just
All of it is
horrible
a mistake.
mistakes
God.
all around.
But in general, just looking at all the these art also look beautiful, and
Yes.
so many good cards.
Maybe
Yes,
something
they
for
are.
Just
limited.
so many good cards.
Mhm.
And
Except
there
that
we
one.
go. The first problematic card.
Oh,
Okay, I've seen I understand and I appreciate where the person who made this art was going for. They were experimenting and they were seeing how far can you get. But I think this is how far you can get. This is it. This is the line. Don't like no. This is like the step over the line.
The
Okay.
sad part
Maybe
is
maybe you shouldn't like just dial it back a bit. If you were to actually just draw or like properly just do the again,
Put
it's just
lines on the
missing
dress.
something. It just
Put
feels
lines.
wrong. It feels like it's just photoshopped or MS Paint. You just go to paint and paint on. That's
ouch,
the
man.
problem.
You put
Ouch.
lines on the dress. That's it. It's that all the other cards look like really nice and textured, and this thing just has like a red.
Yeah,
chunk
but the artist
on them.
has two different cards. They got this one and Harmonize.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Harmonize looks amazing. I
The sad
love
part,
it.
okay.
Again, they were
So the
experimenting.
sad part about the Faithless Looting is that the person that got the preview, to preview this card, they attacked that creator on social media because they thought that this was fake.
Because it looks fake. That's the
I
problem.
know, but
Yeah.
but the thing, yeah, I understand. The card looks pretty fake.
I mean,
Even
I'm-
myself, when I saw it, I thought it was fake.
I'm not
Because I was like,
justifying anyone attacking the creator.
oh
but-
no, I understand. But the card does look fake when you look at it at first glance.
Mhm.
You say, "Oh, this is just a proxy card. This one just was one person."
I-
Just photoshopping
fooling around,
themselves in to have
exactly.
some fun. Like
Well,
it's cool.
Yeah, exactly. You know how the professor photoshops himself in some arts, like his face in some arts for the preview and thumbnails, and look
Yeah.
at this card. I thought that's what was happening. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, let me
I
look
thought
for
it
the
was for
actual
like a
card.
YouTube channel or something. Actually, that's what I
Yeah,
was thinking.
let me look for the
But-
actual
there's
card
chat.
and the actual
Yes.
art.
So Melissa says these are gorgeous. I'd like to say the worst part is how they translated from traditional art to digital, and she finally says the color balance is awful.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. When I saw the previews, I saw Faithless Looting. I saw I saw it by passing. I was like, oh, Faithless Looting got reprinted, and I passed. Then I saw like Reddit having a meltdown, and I had to like reobserve the artwork, and I'm like, oh, I see
I
why
see
everyone's
now.
flipping out. I get it now because I just saw like, oh, I reprinted and moved on to the next card. I didn't like give to like whatever. But then when I saw, I'm like, okay, I see why. I get it. It's skirting the line. It's just it's so abstract. I think that's part of the problem. Like if they would have blended the photo realistic, like it's a photo, it's a picture, with the artwork better. If it didn't look so jarring, people probably wouldn't even have noticed. But since it looks so jarring, I think that's part of the problem as well. And it's so wildly different from all the other ones, you know.
Have you guys
doesn't-
seen the picture of the card like on canvas though?
I'm gonna look.
It was like
I already,
rolling
I
around on
already
Reddit.
downloaded it. Give me
Yeah,
one.
I sent it to you guys on the chat so you can take a look at it. And it was something that Melissa was talking to me about earlier.
Sure.
And it's about exactly that, like the transition from how it looks in person to how it looks in digital. When you zoom into it, you still see there's still like in that torso portion, you do still have like that creo que you can call it como un choque visual. Like I don't know, like it just it's the thing that catches your eye instantaneously, and you can almost feel like you can see everything that's like wrong with it.
Orengo, accept the share.
But Melissa was talking about how like the texture of the paint and how the paint looks in real life is very different to how they transition it over to digital. Not only that, the lighting is really important when you look at it, and like I kind of see where they tried to go with it. I'm guessing that the dress is supposed to be kind of like the flame.
Yeah.
So I kind of see what they were doing, but it's just something that did like the colors didn't translate the same way from the canvas to the digital art, which is what Melissa said.
If you go ahead and there's this issue right here that there's the framing is the same colors. Obviously, I understand because it's a red card.
Yeah.
But the framing, affects the reason that has too much red. And they should have made the
The
art.
shade, the
They should
shade
have
of
made
the
it a little
red
bit
is what I
much
think is the problem.
more smaller. They should have made the frame of the art much more smaller, like that. It could people can appreciate the whole thing. Again, it's 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 really hard when you want to transfer canvas to digital. I have one of the artists that are is in my background. She does the same thing in some of her art, and she does tell me that it's kind of tedious. When you want to have a print of something that was made in canvas.
Yeah.
So it's understandable. Again, I think they should have done better. I think Wizard of the Coast should have framed this a little bit way better to appreciate what was the idea of like behind the art. Because again, we're not blaming the artist. We're not blaming the creator that spoiled the card. Um, I understand that the fan base, every fan base has like their pros and cons, but I think they should have taken it easy with taking this up a notch to where
Yeah.
it went. Here we
Well,
go. We got
going back
Chaos.
to the before we do leave the subject about the card,
Yes.
the one thing I do want to critique is like when you compare it to like the other card that the artist made. My biggest problem with like the dress and the blood is, and even like the thing he's holding in his hand, it just doesn't have like any kind of movement or shading like the other one does. Because if you look at it, you can kind of see like the texture of the of like the fabric. It has movement to it. When you look at the other card she made, I forgot the name of it.
There was
Natural
Should be somewhere
or
down the way. No,
harmonize. Oh no, it was above. Is it above?
There it is, Harmonize.
Yeah,
harmonize. Yeah, like it's way different. It's even a shame that they cut out the bottom portion, because at the bottom portion is where you really see like all of the like the detail on like the fabric and like the print it has. It looks amazing.
Yeah, but again, you have to try and think of what the artist wanted to show. When you see a let's say a print of, or when you see a canvas in a museum, each art has a meaning. So probably the artist had a meaning for the Faithless Looting one. She probably has a story behind why the art is that way. And then she might have that story as well with the Harmonize. There has to be a reason why this one is more detailed, and it has more details in the body and the dress, in its surroundings. That's why I it's better. It would be nice if we can get like contact that artist to just get their insight of why. You know what? I'm gonna get up to that. I'm gonna see if I can find the person like that. One of us can interview the artist. Carly Mazur, that's the artist's name. But again, it would be really nice. I would like to know what's the story behind each card's art, because it's really interesting that we have all of these other arts that are, technically speaking, we can say that it's the Magic the Gathering go-to style, and then there's this different style that changes the whole thing, not in a bad way. Again, I still say that the Faithless Looting should have been framed differently. I feel that it's too close to what it's supposed to be. But again, we need to know what's the whole ideal behind the story of what she wanted to do in representation of Faithless Looting. Again, this is just me as an artist myself. Even though I don't paint or draw, but I do logos and whatnot. So there has to be a story behind it. The reasons of the why. But those are
okay.
Yeah.
Why is Chaos Warp a mythic? Why is Chaos Warp a mythic?
I think it's because draft purposes.
Yeah.
I know
That's
it's ridiculous.
always the
I know it's
worst
ridiculous. I know it's
excuse.
ridiculous, dude. I know it's ridiculous. But
So
that's-
Doomblade.
Doomblade is rare.
yeah, Doomblade's rare.
But Chaos
These
Warp
parts is rare.
Chaos Warp is just it's worse. It's just it can
Probably-
hit anything, but it's like why?
Is it
Why is it a
probably
mythic?
the thing is that, again, I think this. Okay, I'm gonna say my theory about this. So we all know that because of the whole J.K. Rowling situation, the Harry Potter thing didn't go through.
I mean, that's just speculation. There
Yeah,
was
I know.
never any
But we know
confirmation.
we kind of know because that J.K. Rowling situation blew up in social media. And well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I guess that this was like plan B if it didn't go through, and they just blasted it with cards because there's so many. Like when we say so many, it's like ridiculously so many. And we're getting so many premium cards that are used in different formats that are going to be hard to get because again, I think you only get a one slot for these, for the mythical ones. If you guys can double check that, that would be awesome. I know that you get 2 Japanese, and I think it's one one of the mythical archive. And it's again, it's too many cards. I still going to continue saying it. I think it's too many cards for something that should be, if you want to collect them, it's going to be hard because you might pull maybe one in a draft box, give or take.
How many? What's the pull rate on that? On them? Won't it be like how many? Like I don't understand how they're
Pull
gonna
rate
divide
is
them.
one per booster, and they're doing the whole thing where it's like 60 something percent uncommon, 20 something percent rare, and I think it's like a 6 to 8% mythic. So
I don't think that's bad.
you're gonna pull like what 2-3 mythics per box.
That's not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about collectors or draft?
General.
We're talking about those things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the pull rate of the draft ones. I do not
Okay.
know set. Set might be a little wonky because you know how they do it.
Yeah, they
but,
have the list. They remember that the set booster packs.
It
have
might
the
it might
cards
be a little wonky. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
in the collector booster box one. Again, I don't remember. I did search it in Amazon. I was in Amazon looking for sleeves and whatnot, and I did Google it. I mean, not Google it, Amazon it. Okay, let me see. Here you go. Collector booster box, right? No, this is a set booster box. Here we go. Set. Here we go. Collector. Collector booster box. Where is the description of the item? Cuando quiera. Here you go. Strixhaven's collector booster box content. It will include 1 foil etched mythical archive rare or mythic, 1 foil etched mythical archive
Exactly.
uncommon,
They can be
1
foil.
Foil
mythical
etched.
etched.
So no, but
One foil.
can these normally be foil as well?
I don't know if they're gonna show up foil in your draft. I think it's gonna be exclusive to the collectors. But go ahead, John.
Okay. 1 foil mythical archive borderless or extended art rare or mythic, 1 foil mythical archive uncommon, Japanese alternate art variant mythical archives in 50% of collector boosters.
That's ridiculous. That's pretty good odds.
1 extended art or borderless rare or mythic, 1 extended art commander rare or mythic, 1 foil lesson card. It could be common, uncommon, rare, or mythic.
Damn.
So there is a mythic slot in the lesson portion.
Interesting.
1 foil single or double face rare or mythic, 2 foil uncommons, 5 foil commons, and 1 foil double-sided token.
Okay.
And then in the foil and stitched mythical, 1 foil, one of them could be a Japanese alternate variant as well in every booster box.
Yeah.
The uncommon slots, only the uncommon, and as well for the foil borderless archive, mythical borderless or extended art, it could be Japanese as well. So there's a pretty good percentage if you get a couple of like Japanese cards in your collector booster box. So it would be interesting. I already pre-ordered 2 for the store, so
The collector
I-
ones or just
Yeah,
the
the
normal
collector ones. I
Okay.
got the collector ones.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
I'm I'm gonna do what me and what Carlos is doing, just buying collector booster boxes, due to the fact that I really don't need all the uncommons. I might buy like a normal one, just because to have like the uncommons and commons for to have them for people to buy on the store. But I still don't know. I think I'm gonna keep the whole collector booster box. Way. It's much better, much easier. Not that many cards of the set that are not gonna stay gathering dust. Okay, guys. So electrolyze, revitalize. I still say the Japanese one looks way better. Okay, we got a
Yeah.
yes.
No, I think I just want to see if we missed one of the big ones that I wanted to talk about. I
You
don't
mean
know.
the art situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still not
No,
here. I think
it's a bit under. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, we got a couple of comments here. Start pupil, study break, tap up to 2 target creatures, instant and learn. That's not a bad card for white.
Good draft.
Exactly, it's a good draft. This one is pretty interesting. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature and learn as well for 1. There's a lot of learn cards in this set.
Yeah.
Environmental
That lesson is
sciences.
decent. That's a decent
Search a
lesson.
letter for a basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle, gain 2 life for 2 mana. Not that bad.
You gotta consider all these colorless cards that do stuff, even though at a higher cost, they're good in a EDH that's like colorless.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you can 2 mana look for a waste.
But
that's pretty freaking good.
the thing is, wait, there's one issue.
Okay.
Wouldn't they have to add a ruling for lessons? Because remember, in EDH,
No. I'm sorry. What I meant is you stick the lesson card in. You can't do the whole learn lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
The rules
you can
committee.
learn.
I
Like
mean,
you can learn as in
yeah.
discard a card and draw a card.
Yeah,
you can't
but that's
tutor for a wish from outside the game.
but that's strictly worse. You just want to get the lessons that you want and just stick them in a
I
deck.
mean, you can also just like exile lessons and like exile your graveyard and stuff and just keep like.
I
So
guess.
convoluted though. You want to
Yeah.
do
I know.
that?
It works though because
Oh
you can
my
just
God.
cast you can
It's
cast
only-
anything like
it's
over and
only
over.
with-
Go ahead,
Fantastic.
Chris. Do
exactly.
it. You do it. You go
Okay,
ahead.
I
so
would love to be honest.
we
There's-
got
there
we
it
got
is.
this art right here.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
gonna
the
talk
custom
about
art.
it in a
Because
second.
with
But
the Boros creatures too, you can just like exile them and just keep looking for lessons and putting them back, exiling them, and you can just pump creatures, create tokens.
Go ahead. Do
one
it.
thing that I am really intrigued is that Teferi's
I will.
Protection gets another reprint.
I'm so happy though. I'm so
Yes,
I
happy.
know
it needs it.
it's going to drop again.
Just keep reprinting it until it's worth $2.
Yeah.
Really?
It won't happen, but
It
you know,
won't happen, but yeah.
go ahead.
Yo,
Don't
I
want it
got
to
the
be
extra
$2.
life one that cannot go down in value.
Oh no, it won't. You know the ones that
I
secret
know.
will never go down. But that one's beautiful though.
Oh, this one looks gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I
There's
like
a
it.
lot of-
I love it. In foil, it should look amazing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Okay, Crooks of Fate.
Yeah.
Mm,
Let's talk about
yes.
this.
Let's
The
talk
Destiny
about
one.
this.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting.
The star.
That's really interesting that that Ugin, I've seen it before,
You have?
and that Nicol Bolas as well.
I was looking for the Ugin art, the Ugin, because someone in the thread where that I sent said it looks very similar to the original Ugin art.
Yeah, I think that there's
Yes.
another Ugin. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, the original Ugin art is the one that they were comparing it to.
Yeah,
But that Nicol Bolas
Oh.
art is the real.
yeah,
real
the
problem.
Nicol Bolas. Yeah, that's the biggest issue right there. But
Like,
when
at
you
first, I thought he looked more like this guy, but then I saw the one from DeviantArt, and then I was like, yeah, never mind.
So
Yeah.
just a little recap and just to fill you guys in.
Yeah.
In Reddit, it's like someone pointed out, like it's not really someone pointed out. Someone pointed out to this person who did fan art in 2016 that one of her arts made it to actual Magic the Gathering card. Then she was like, "What? I wasn't part of that." I was kind of surprised. She means no harm to the actual artist that did this. but the art is just way too common and way too it aligns perfectly with her art, which is technically plagiarism.
Yes.
And so no, it's not even like it's just it aligns perfectly with her art, and she was like she doesn't want to like nothing bad towards whoever like it was John what's it called Felix Joshua
Jason,
Felix
Jason Felix,
Jason
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 Felix.
Felix, like no harm. It's like she said, no harm to him. Like art can be similar, but the problem is it lines up exactly in the head part
Mm-hmm.
and in the arm part. Where it doesn't line up is in the chest part, but that happens to be the part where the deviant art watermark would have gone. So that makes it even more suspicious.
Yeah, like actually, they talked about how the ridges in the hand align perfectly as well. So it's like it aligns like down to details.
Yeah, I think that we had one of you sent a video. Oh, whoops! This
Yeah,
is
JP
I
too
sent it.
close.
I sent the video. There. Let me just. I'm gonna put it in the StreamYard so you can see.
Yeah, just send it. Oh, there's comments. There's a comment right there.
No.
Auriel.
Oh dear. The solid blue in Harmonize takes almost as much space as the red in Looting, but it's much less jarring. Probably the contrast between blue and green, and that the lion's sight isn't as interrupted by the cropping. Cropping is also a big issue in most of these artworks. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's so hard to appreciate sometimes like the full spectrum of what the artist created because they crop the crap out of it, literally.
Again, I sent the
Yeah.
link.
Okay,
On
cool.
my way.
Go ahead. Boom. That's
So
the link.
this is that's the tweet, and
Perfect.
inside there's the video.
Okay,
Or
excellent.
directly to the source.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the original.
It's a little.
It's a bit
pixelated.
it's a bit slow. Yeah, you
So-
can need to
Yeah,
expand that video.
it's going to
Yeah.
be.
I think you can expand the video.
You can put a full screen. There we go. Just put a full screen. Thank you. I don't think I do. No, let's investigate. Okay. I made this in 2016. So that's Mystical Bolus. Oh God, no. Oh, he's just gonna show you how he can do it. Oh wow, perfect fit. Yep. Perfect fit. Yep, you just move the arm a little bit. There you go. You're shifting the body a tiny smidge. Yep. That's my
Look
God.
at the lines in the hands.
Yep, the
are
lines of the
exactly the
hands.
same.
It's all the
shading.
same,
Yes.
dude. It's all the same. Oh my God, it's horrifying.
And then you see hers says the deviant art.
Well, the body doesn't
Oh,
match.
it doesn't add, but it has the deviant art.
It's probably have to redraw this part because of DVR watermark. Oh my God. Oh, that's hilarious.
This
It
is.
is the video. When you look at the card, it looks weird because Nico Bolas isn't even looking at Ugin. It's
Yeah.
just like he looks like he's photoshopped on.
Yeah, and the
Agreed.
Ugin, and you see the Ugin. The Ugin is not even. The Ugin
Looking
is
at-
stale.
Yeah.
It just
looking-
doesn't
the
look like
Ugin-
he's even interacting with
Exactly.
with Nico Bolas at
Exactly.
all.
This is just a mashup of two cards in one art, literally.
There was a comment. It was like, at what point where you mash up stuff does it become your own thing? But
Yep.
that doesn't really work in the same way as in comparison to music, where samples are like credited and you have to ask for permission and credit whoever had the sample or whoever samples you're taking from, whatever song you're taking from. And in this case, this is just a random artist and DeviantArt. And I just kind of want, like, if this happens to be true, which it's a bit too similar to be not true. But
Okay, so
but
one
there's also the benefit of the doubt that Jason Felix has had other art and has had art throughout Magic's history. And as far as I can tell, this is like the first time this happens. So just like, if it happens to be true, it'd be nice if the original artists were compensated in some way or somehow.
when we talk about mixes in music, So I'm gonna use one of the biggest one example that is the one that I remember off the bat because it became a very big issue here in Puerto Rico. So there was this Bad Bunny song that had
Hmm.
Hector the Father's voice in it, and people started talking that he didn't pay for the licensing for that clip. So he did. He did pay for it. It became a big issue because in music, you don't only credit the person that makes the mix or the song. You have to pay a royalty
Yeah.
to get that little clip. It could be a 5 second clip for your mix, and you have to pay a royalty. So
Mhm.
in this situation, again, if it becomes true, the fact that Jason did get this, he redrew the nickel bolas from this artist. The artist should get royalty of whatever he got from the payment to make this card. Because one, he does have to ask permission because one, it's not his art.
Yeah.
Two, it had a watermark in it, so the original artist can sue Jason. She can't sue Wizard of the Coast because Wizard of the Coast did not know. They just, he
Like,
submitted
like
the art, he got approved, and that's it.
Not no.
Did not
I'm
know.
like, I mean, how would they know? Scouring through hundreds of arts,
No,
whoever
no. I'm
approved
just
it. Oh, look, it looks
joking.
nice. It fits the theme. Approve.
Remember, in Wizard of the Coast, you have to submit the art, and then from submitting the art, they have like this group. I don't know what's called, but it's like in movies. Orengo, you should know about this. Like,
Yeah.
that producers have like a say when you give in the script or the scenes.
Hmm.
There's certain producers that are like the ones that, like, okay, I really don't like this, can you do this better, can you fix the lighting, they have a say in
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in Wizard of the Coast, they have the exact same group, but they're not producers, they're just a group of uh
Mhm.
I don't
Uh,
remember the name
Apparently,
of it, but
just
there's a group of people that do decide which cards do make it and which art does make it to the final cut,
Hmm.
and then which don't, and then they just return. Again, there have been issues in Wizard of the Coast that some art that do not make it to certain sets, they reuse it in other sets or
Yeah.
in
That's
premium
true.
products
That's true.
without consent of the artist,
Which is a problem too.
uh,
and that's a big problem as well.
something I want to add. Just reading through this.
Yeah.
It was added like yesterday, pretty late at night. Uh, the fan content policy from Wizards of the Coast allows this, so this isn't even a problem.
Hmm.
This just happens to be a bit of a shitty thing that happens, but
Hmm.
the Wizard
Yeah,
of the Coast
it's
fan
that thing
content
is
policy allows it completely, and it's completely legal.
it's that
Yeah.
the thing is, JP, that fan art, even though if it's fan art and you make let's say that you make Nicol Bola sitting down in the throne of Game of Thrones, there you got two different IPs in one art, and that's still not your art, even though it's original, because they're IPs from already branded copyrighted content. So what Wizard of the Coast does is that they look through these fan arts from different pages. Let it be Reddit, DeviantArt. I don't know any other art pages around there, but they look for these art. They have certain people that sit down and go through different websites to find artists, different artists, to give them, let's say, hey, I want you to draw two cards, let's say, or let's put example, Carla Ortiz, she made the whole promo line for War of the Sparks, and she did a couple of cards for Wizard of the Coast already. They have this certain amount of artists that they already have like on their line of payment, like, hey, look, we want to recontract you again. Obviously their contract, so as soon as the set is out, their contract ends, or they end up working as an official artist as for Wizard of the Coast. So it's really tedious when you make fan art because the companies can do whatever they want because it's their IP, even though it's original art. That's why when you go to Comic Con, in general, not mentioning only the one here in Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
You have to submit your art before you have your booth, because
Mm.
they have to make sure that your art is completely original. And I know that sounds really weird. It does happen, because in one of the comic cons here in Puerto Rico, an artist got banned completely because her prints. I think I do have one somewhere in my office in a corner. I don't remember where it is, but the only thing that person, I think she was a female. She would get like logos and just put like a splash art filter on it
Mhm.
and sell them for $20.
Okay.
So they try to evade that because, again, you know, if you do like these prints that I have bad here, they are fan art, but they are original. What they want to evade is the fact that you're drawing something that's already out
Yeah.
in the space. That's what they're trying to evade. But they
Mhm.
do that just to evade the whole copyright issue, Marvel suing somebody, and losing all their stuff because Marvel has everything, including Disney. So this situation again, letting it be real, letting it be not real. Again,
Let's say it's real,
let's
it's
say it's
still
real.
legal. According to Wizards of the Coast, this is completely fine. So
Yeah,
there's
I
nothing she
know,
can do. So that's why what I was
I know.
mentioning is okay.
There's no
It's just kind of shitty.
exactly
This
that's
is
the
just
sad
kind of
part.
shitty.
And
Yeah.
it's like I like Orengo like agreed with me, that issue, that small issue with the, and let's say that I drew a Chandra. That's not gonna happen, but I drew a pretty Chandra and I posted in the interwebs, and they're like, hey, I like that card to be in my next Kaladesh set. And they don't give me squat because it's fan art. I just get the recognition in the card and that's it. That can happen as well. It's very, very, very shitty policy. That's one of the things that I'm still against with Wizard of the Coast. They should better that out. Um, but again, it is what it is, guys. We can't do nothing about it. But we addressed the situation. Cruise of fakes could be a fake, could not be a fake. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the end game, the cards look very gorgeous. I really do I like Brainstorm. This Brainstorm looks
I'll say this one
beautiful.
thing.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that they'll reissue, like they'll do a reissue of the Crucifix of Fate in the artwork, like when they did with the Corona one, the Corona, not to be
Corona.
triggering, but I mean the Godzilla one that got a reissue because of the name, and they changed the name. Remember, guys?
No,
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah,
Could you remind
it
me?
said the Corona
Yeah,
cannon
yeah, yeah,
beam,
yeah.
and then they
Yeah, yeah,
changed
yeah.
it to like Death Beam or something
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I remember. Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if they would do another reissue of the Crooks of Fate artwork because of this. And if they do, what would happen to this version? Because then that will become an instant collectible, even if it's not that good of a card,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes.
don't know. I don't think they
right?
would.
Yeah,
I don't think they would.
I don't think they would
I
either.
don't think they would, but if they do, give me 3, and I want a grade 3. See if I get a
Yeah.
PCA 10.
Oh man.
I love that brainstorm, by the way. But God, you know me.
Yes.
I love my blue.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
blue.
you love your
I'll take
blue.
it.
We know that.
But that brainstorm though, it's freaking beautiful, man.
Yes.
Even
Let
the
me see.
Japanese one's gorgeous too.
Yeah.
That Mind's Desire is very reminiscent to Therese Nielsen art.
Yes, it is. It's sadly not Therese Nielsen art, but it's very close to it. Like
I
it's
mean,
Yeah.
that wasn't
Hey,
didn't Wizard of the
here's a
Coast
card for you.
sever ties with
yeah, that's the problem.
That dark
That's the
ritual
problem.
looks
Dark
good.
Ritual looks
Yeah.
so good. It's just
Yeah.
oh yes, my beautiful turn one Ayara.
Right? Yeah. And the
Right.
Inquisition of Cost is like on point too.
I run up Inquisition in my. I have a foil, if I'm not mistaken, a foil Inquisition in my cube, but that would look even better.
Yeah.
Cultivate, Growth Spiral, Weather the Storm, Ursa's Rage, Blue Sun, Zenith.
Why is Day of Judgment a mythic? Again, it just hurts me a bit. I understand like the draft for draft purposes, and
It's
once Alejandro mentioned that, I was like, completely makes sense, but it just hurts me a bit inside.
Sign in Blood. Here's another card for JP.
I
Counter
love that.
spell for Orengo.
Yeah.
That art is beautiful though.
Yes.
Both of those.
Here's more Japanese cards. We got Lightning Bolt again
Yeah.
in a rare slot.
These cards are legal for the draft, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
That's
Freaking
why.
channel is
Yes.
We
Channel
really want
is
that
legal in
Time
the
Warp,
draft.
though.
In the draft, yes.
The Time Warp. Though.
That's so strong.
This one looks gorgeous.
Imagine playing channel, then paying 3 life, casting the lesson card that scries 2, then draws a card. I'll do it again.
I'll
Do it again. It's just
Yeah.
Channel's a broken card.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's an
Definitely.
absolutely broken card. I love channeling an Ulamog out in my cube.
Yeah.
I like the fact that in these ones they're side by side. You got Duress in the English version, Duress on the Japanese one. Lightning Bolt, and then Time Warp. This one looks amazing. The Japanese one looks amazing.
Doesn't
like
the Time Warp have an actual printing in the set?
No, there's no.
No.
Time warp.
No.
No, yes, there is. There is a time
There
warp. Sorry,
is.
right
Yes.
there. Right there. Yeah. Sorry, I was like, which one was time warp? Yep, time warp was there.
Now
right
this
there.
one. Oh, you mean on
No.
the Mythical Archive?
No.
Or you mean in the standard set?
in the set?
No.
If I'm not mistaken, I saw a different art that looked like
No.
it
No.
was part of the set.
When this standard cycle has a 7 or 8 mana extra turn card, they're not gonna put time warp in the same block of standard. That would be insanity, my friend. Insanity.
And you
I
think
mean, is
they
it the
think these
first
through?
time they've done Insanity? Like,
I guess, but not a time warp. Come on, like people would riot. They'd be like, "No, I want to play Magic Arena, but every time the control player gets to turn 5, I never play again." Imagine time warp with Teferi, the one that you can get the time stretch effect. I mean, no, come on, that'd be insane.
There's another
I
comment.
love
extra
it.
turns after this one. Ouch.
Yes. And
Yeah.
how do you win, my control player, sir? Oh no, I'm just gonna keep taking extra turns. Okay.
I promise I'll build one of those for when John is about to win and just be like, hold on, John. I'm just
Hold
gonna
on, John.
take 3 extra turns and then
Yes.
I'm gonna
take
Dude, I'm
2
gonna
more.
flip the table. Like, oh Lord Jesus!
I will literally
Oh.
make a 5 mana like Golos deck just based off of extra turns and artifacts.
Oh,
Watch
it's
me.
like
Yeah.
you remembered when Approach the Second Sun was like the main deck in standard, and everybody was having this issue with the whole ruling of which one you should counter. That's gonna be the
The
situation.
first one or the second one?
Exactly. Yeah, remember
Yeah.
that?
I mean, you have
Gotta
to counter the
counter
second
first
one.
No,
No, you have to counter the second one.
no, because it's a cast
No,
trigger.
It's a cast trigger. You have to counter
It's
the
a
first
cast
one.
trigger? Then you have to
You have
counter
to counter the first one. If not, it's
first one.
over.
Exactly. That was that was so much going on. So Auriel has another comment, Orengo.
Okay. Yeah, that was a interesting comment. But what's the margin for error? At what point is it a dragon and not an MTG dragon? Copyright,
Registered trademark, copyright.
trademark. I mean that's a good point. Yeah,
That's a good point,
At
yeah.
what point, especially with
Yes.
these dragons too.
Mhm.
I mean, you create these iconic or like symbolic things. Like example, a dragon with 2 horns and a gemma floating in between them.
Yeah,
That's just Nicol Bolas. It's hard
Yep.
not to say not to.
fair enough.
You could say the opposite for Ugin. Ugin, it's like, other than he just looks like
And it's just a feathered dragon. That's
It's like a feathered
his
dragon,
big
exactly.
thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like
But-
a jade looking feathered dragon, which is actually made of like spirit energy or whatever.
But like
that would be specific.
Yeah, but it's like Nicol Bolas has this iconic and notable thing. So I guess in that case,
Yeah.
Okay, so Shadrick's Silver Quill, 5-drop Orzhov.
notably the only dragon in Ords of Colors.
yes, that's
Um,
true.
Flying double strike. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may choose 2. Each mode must target a different player. Target player creates a 2/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. Target player draws a card and loses a life. Target player puts a 1/1 counter on each creature they control. A 2/5.
It's
In
still
a
customized.
good way, like
Well-
in a good way, that art doesn't even make him look like a Magic card. Like in a good way.
Yeah,
So
I completely agree.
that's the type of card you give yourself 2/1s and give the player that has no creatures. Oh yeah, put counters on your creatures,
True.
but they have no creatures, so
On a
they
best
get
case
no-
scenario, though,
Like,
Exactly.
what if they have
And-
creatures? What do you start doing then?
one creature. Let's the player who has the least amount of creatures. I'm talking about commander.
You're talking about commander, not standard. Okay, got
not
it.
standard. Not
Yeah, no,
standard.
in standard.
In standard,
That's gonna be a problem, yeah. Because what
Yeah.
are you gonna do? Give him a card or pump their creatures because he'll probably have creatures.
I
and
mean,
then at that
you're
point,
probably gonna pump the creatures because he's a 2/5. You could probably
Sure.
block, but that's like the first time. After that, you start pumping them a bit too much, and they're probably gonna knock.
I feel they should have put this thing. They should have haven't given trample too, because then it'd be a little bit better to digest the whole thing or giving the opponent a 2/1 with flying.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, oh, I give you 2 with flying. I draw a card because obviously, but I draw a card. I attack. Okay, well, I block with the thing you just gave me. Okay, I guess I
Yeah.
did literal nothing
You
Mhm.
do a card.
for 5 mana, and I'm attacking on turn 6.
Yep.
Actually, it's at the beginning of the combat on your turn.
Okay,
so you can
okay,
just
fine,
play
fine.
him.
On turn 5, I drew a card. Okay.
Then on
Then
turn
I-
6, you drew another card. Yay!
No, no. That had no business having. Like, it should have had trample at the very least.
A trample's
At the
not a
very-
white black.
I get
black
you. You're
card,
you're you're right. You're
mechanic.
right. That's fine. You're right. I guess.
Okay,
you're right,
we're
yeah.
getting
I
we're
mean,
getting
there's
to
like
the-
white creatures with trample. I think no.
There
one or-
probably is, but like it's not like a normal thing to see.
Yeah.
In those colors. So
So we got these new flip cards that are flip
Yeah.
creature legendary cards. We got Shaili, Dean of Radiance, 2-drop 1/1 that you can tap, and +1/+1 counters to creatures that enter the battlefield under your control. You got
turn?
this turn. Oh my bad, this turn, and then you got
Hold
his
on.
that card's counterpart. Yeah.
Quick second. What happens when you like morph a double-sided card? Does it just get like do you just put like the substitute card in place? Just thinking about that.
It's a 2/2. You can't morph a card that doesn't have morph.
Exactly.
You're talking about manifest.
Yeah, my bad. Manifest. Yeah.
It's kind of it's a teensy bit different. If you're gonna manifest, you manifest the top side, the front facing side. The front facing side is marked by the little symbol, little dot thing you have in the center that indicates the rarity that is a rare. You see next to the 1/1. No. Look up in shale. You see 1/1, but to the left of the 1/1 in the power and toughness. To
Yeah.
the left of that,
It has like the little turning
Yeah.
thing.
that little dot that indicates the front facing side. So when you manifest, I am assuming that when you flip it, it is going to be that version and not the other version.
All right.
That'll be interesting. It's counter.
Otherwise, I think you can just manifest and just pay the mana cost and flip into any version.
Hmm.
That seems more appropriate actually, because when
Yeah.
you manifest, you pay the mana cost. So you're paying the mana cost and flipping the card. But in this case, you're gonna flip the card to flip the card.
Hey,
Just might
eternal flipping.
flippity flip.
just
turtle
flippity flip.
flipping.
So the
Anyways,
next-
Emeralds, Dean of Shadow.
Yes.
Plus 1 counter on another target creature. Then Emeralds deals 2 damage to that creature. Whenever a creature with a +1 counter dies, draw a card. Is very strong on +1 counter
Very strong.
synergies.
Very strong.
Very, very strong.
Mhm.
Kian, Dean of Substance, tapped her. So she's a 2 and a green 2/2 legendary creature, Elf Druid. Tap her, exile the top card of your library. If it's a
Land.
My bad.
if it's a land card, put it into your hand. Otherwise, you would put a study counter on it, and then you can pay 4 and a green to create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token. Put a +1 counter on it for each different mana cost among the non-land cards in exile with study counters on them. So this is the study counter mechanic. I'm not sure if
Exactly.
there's other study
It-
counter things.
There are other stuff, including the Imbram, which
Say
is
that
the other
3
side.
times really
Uh,
fast.
Oh
Imra-
God.
Abraham, Dean of
Ibrahim.
Theory.
Yep.
Abraham, Dean of Theory.
Abraham.
Abraham. Yeah, Abraham.
Ibrahim.
Two blue, 3/3 flying. X blue, tap him. Exile the top X card of your library and put study counters on each of them. You may put a card you own in exile with a study counter onto your hand.
I like that side way better than the Kian side.
I guess. I hate this card. I don't want to talk about it. We can slip to Olvida.
No. Let's talk about Valentine Dean of
Talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk
Come on.
about it.
About
Okay,
Man,
how
Valentine,
ridiculous it
Dean
is
of
for
the
one
Vein.
mana. One mana.
1 mana menace lifelink. If a non-creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. When you do, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with when this creature dies, you gain a life.
Yeah.
Everything you just said was white noise to my ears. That card doesn't exist.
That thing is insanity.
It's
That's insanity.
1 mana. It's just
It's
so
a
strong.
1 mana. Yeah, it does way too many things for 1
It's
mana.
too strong for
Jesus.
1 mana.
It is very strong. Yeah.
It's fine. You can take it out with a shock.
Yeah. Okay.
True. Lisette, Dean of the Root. 4 drop green 2. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 1. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, and those creatures gain trample until end of turn.
Yeah. Not as
It's
strong
okay.
as the other side, for
The
sure.
other side
Exactly.
is just way too
Yeah.
strong.
Way too strong.
And Olvida is another example of Jin, Wizard, Efreet, Shaman, when technically an Efreet and a Jin, Fire Jin, Water Jin, or Air Jin, they're genies.
Okay,
Oh,
so Olvida, Dean of Perfection, 3 drop, 1 blue and 2. You may exile tap, and you may exile an instant or sorcery card from your hand and put 3 hone counters on it. It gains at the beginning of your upkeep. If this card is exiled, remove a hone counter from it, and when the last hone counter is removed from this card, if it's exiled, you may cast it. It costs 4 less to cast this way.
Yep. I liked it until the last part,
It's suspend,
but it's not suspend because
but it's
suspend
bad
would
Exactly.
suspend.
it's really bad suspend. It would have
It's a
been too
really
broken
bad
if they
suspend.
did it like if they did normal suspend. I guess it would have been too powerful. I
It wouldn't have
understand it.
been like
But-
four time counters. You top it and exile an instant or sorcery.
But isn't
Joyride-
there
Joyride lets you pay 2 mana for anything. You can
No,
forge
you're right.
in 4 turns. You get Emrakul or Ulamog or
That's fair.
Decree of Annihilation.
Yeah, it would have been fixed Joyra, but yeah, it was so good up until that last line.
It's
Mhm.
still
So
good. It's still pretty
It's still
good.
good. It's still pretty good because
Mm,
if you're playing in Commander blue red and you're focused more on the red portion,
I get it, or an X spell. I get it. It's for
Exactly.
X spells. I understand. I understand why it's there and why the ability is pretty good. But I just wish it would have been
Better.
Mhm.
better.
There we go. We got Nazari, Dean of Expression, 5 drop, 2 red and 3. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of each of opponent's library.
Broken.
Until end of turn, you may cast
Broken.
spells from among those exiled cards, and you may spend mana as though it were mana
Broken.
of any color to cast those spells. Whenever
Broke.
you cast a spell from exile, put a 1/1 counter on Nazari, Dean of Expression.
Broke. So broke.
It's okay.
Oh come on, it's pretty good.
I know it's strong. It's strong.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
strong.
like it.
So
I like it.
what do you guys think? Because some people argued that it was a little annoying that they made it modal cards because of the whole reasoning of Commander. Because now you don't have access to the idea of having like partners, like they're not partners or they're not like 2 different cards, or like what do you guys think about
it's
the
basically
fact?
a nerfed partner, I guess you can say.
Right, exactly. So what do you guys think about the fact that it's technically like a little bit of a nerf partner in
I actually
Commander?
enjoy it. I actually
Yeah.
enjoy it because
I like it.
you can, depending on, let's say, let me just look at them real quick. I remember I started. Okay, the the Shale Dean of Radiance with Emerald's Dean of Shadow. That one's really strong in a +1/+1 counter. You really want Ambrose because Ambrose last ability draws you cards and it's very, very strong.
Mm-hmm.
But early game, you can just have this in the 99, play your normal game and play this early and start accumulating counters where you want the other side late game. So even though Valentin, Dean of the Bane, exile stuff, and it's this is I think the outlier because this one is just too strong on one side and not strong enough on the other side.
Agreed.
One is good for early game and one is good for late game.
Yeah.
Same with Kiane and Ibrahim.
Mm-hmm.
There's one is good early game and one is good late game. Like you want Kiane early game, you can get early lands, and even though you could lose a few cards, late game you can then use Ibrahim to put them back in your hand.
Yeah.
So when you follow that train of thought, even the mana costs say that 2 in a blue, 3 red, 2 in a green, 2 blue. You could see the okay, I'm supposed to play this version first and then the other version.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's very balanced way of doing so. Even though you can't, like, if you were to make a deck with this, you would have to like they have the same theme, but if you were to build a deck specifically, you would have to like split yourself in two to fit everything. Like I guess most of these are like Ulvita and Nasari are just you just want spells, even though Nasari can just cast. I don't know,
way more stuff than Uvita can. And then you have Valentine and Lisette, which kind of don't synergize at all. They're just two wildly different cards. They do wildly different things.
What do you mean? You play Valentine, okay. If things die, you pay 2 and you get the one. And if that one dies, then and you have Lisette out, you gain a life, so then you pay 1 and pump the other ones.
But
do their mana cost track separately though?
No, they're all the same. So
it's one card. So
it's one card. So it was just
That is very, very nerfed. That kind of killed it for me for the first
okay, that killed it for you? Okay, well that's
a little bit, to be honest.
Because if they were partners, it would be split cost. So it would be like, Valentine would be like going up in cost, and then at any point it could be like Lisette for 4. But no, it's like Valentine turn 1. Oh, it got shocked. Okay, so now my Valentine's gonna be 3 mana and my Lisette's gonna be 6 mana.
Yeah, that's the part that like hurts me because the second side is like much more.
You're gonna play Valentine for Valentine, like it's just
for sure.
Strong.
Oh yeah, for sure. Of course. Giving obviously, yeah.
I mean, if
any
you
of you
wanted
play
to,
Valentine,
neglect the backside if you wanted to.
I mean, it's a really good card, but I wouldn't play it because it's just not my cup of tea. But it's a really strong card.
I want to play it
because it makes tokens. That's the only thing I like.
I kind of would, but I'm actually kind of low key sad about the Izzet cards. I gotta wait for whatever they reveal about the house.
I love these two. This is like if I would do a commander, I would do Nazari.
You got Mythics, and once you got Mythics, it's just everything. And if they said everything else is downhill from there.
Yeah, it's like playing 1 mana for a giant X spell, and then you just get like X is 12. I pay 1 mana.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like and then the commander. When we talk about it's not gonna be today, guys. But when we talk about the commander for Izzet, I'm so disappointed in that stupid commander.
I haven't. I think
the spoilers are right here.
Yeah. I mean
they're there, but we're gonna get that into the next one. Let's go ahead.
Okay,
we're about to hit the 2-hour mark. So let's go ahead and skim. Let's talk about
the lands. Yeah.
Before that, just you go back up a bit. Just a teensy bit.
That
ward, right?
Oh yeah, talk about the ward mechanic. Sure.
Ward is going to be the new evergreen mechanic.
Right here.
That's obviously going to be the new evergreen mechanic, and it's going to be. It says ward and then a number, so I guess it could be later on. They could make a card which ward higher or ward
X,
like ward 1. No, that'd be interesting. Ward X, where X is the power. Ooh,
that would be nice.
That'd be cool.
Like Ward 4, Ward 3, like it's nice that they gave themselves.
Would it be a crime to make it a Ward X like green card?
Stop.
I think Ward is going to be a mainly blue mechanic because it's mostly a mainly blue mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
As
This
you
one is
clearly
very
see.
I just like the
interesting.
taxes. I like taxes more than just like you can't do. Like I enjoy taxes a lot more, even though it's like
No, I just enjoy saying no. I don't want to give you even the option. Why bother giving you hope?
I personally like
they
it.
paid two, they paid the extra, and
Right?
then you counter it.
Right, there we go. That's what you do.
Yes.
Okay, guys, so let's talk about the famous, gorgeous lands.
Yeah, we failed in our prediction,
Yes.
by the way.
Yeah, we did.
Best cards in the game. Lands.
We gave too much hope to Wizards.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, clearly.
So we
I
have
mean,
to
it's a
reveal.
complete cycle.
Yay!
Yay!
They rarely
Wow.
do
Like
those.
JP
That is
mentioned that at the end, like he was like, "Hey, no, maybe like the other incomplete cycle is this one," and we're like, "No, of
No,
course not."
no. I mentioned the Tango lands, which
Oh,
still
my
gives me
bad.
hope.
My bad. Yeah.
Which still gives me hope. And like,
I can still say the art looks amazing, but
oh yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
the
Beautiful.
lands like
Wow.
like
Well,
They're
you know
yeah,
what?
exactly.
They're really good in standard since it's so dependent on basics. Like a lot of
Yes,
like
that's
there's a lot of
true.
basics in this standard set, so I guess they work. But and it works with the triumphs because it doesn't say basic. So it just says, having a mountain or a forest or whatever.
Exactly.
But
So you can just kind of like play the land and then cycle the triumph.
yeah, I guess. But you would probably just play the triumph first. But sure, like if you
No,
need
yeah,
to
but
like
I mean, if you
quickly
like
cast
draw like
something.
another one, or if you have
Oh
like
yeah, definitely.
You can
like
even use
your
the
late game, you need some gas. You're just whoop.
Yeah,
you can
you're
even
right.
use the dual land snow covered ones that have like the
True.
same names.
Yeah, because
So
it has a type. Yeah, the
exactly.
subtype.
So
Right?
yeah, subtypes. And it's interesting because
Hmm.
you can mana fix if you're a two colored deck and you have one of one.
Mm-hmm.
And you have that snow covered land, and then let's say you have blind glimmer snarl. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, so I reveal the island, the snow covered island, and I guess forest.
It definitely gives Boros an edge with like being more aggressive now in
Yeah,
standard.
exactly.
Hopefully we
Look,
can have like a decent Boros deck.
just in case if I'm not mistaken that you misunderstood, you only have to reveal one of them.
Yeah,
not
one of
not
them.
both.
Not
No,
both,
no,
yeah.
no, no, no. Nobody misunderstood. I think that I just meant the dual lands that, the dual snow covered lands.
Yeah, you can just like
That they have
facilitate
both.
that process.
Exactly.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
They facilitate the process that you reveal it because it says reveal a forest or island. So you reveal it, you can play it,
Yeah.
and then you move forward to turn 2. You have your other 2 colors that you're missing, and then you can, technically speaking, play anything in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it comes in tap, though, so it will bring you back down to turn 3. But if you have another one of these, you can just reveal it again and play it. So
Yep.
My thing is that I just like personally like whenever I build my decks, I always try to have like 8 dual lands. So this would definitely help me out. A lot of people say that maybe it's like a bit much. They rather just have like the
8?
4 copies of the one dual land, but I
What do you
prefer
mean
having
8
like
dual lands or like you mean
like
basics?
let's say we put like 4 of the Fury Calm Snarl and Fury Calm.
Oh wait,
Calm
okay,
Snarl, yeah, and then like 4 of the snow covered lands that come in tapped.
Right.
That
Yeah.
way, like I just to try and have a bit more consistency with like the colors.
Wouldn't you
Um,
play the flippy ones? The ones that the
the
dual
thing is
mortal?
that's what I'm playing now, yeah, but
right.
I kind of I don't know, I feel like it makes the other ones a little bit more useful, so you're actually like doing more with them, I suppose you can say.
that mage craft card.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Okay.
that
Oh, yeah.
magecraft. Let's talk about
Yes.
one of the cards that everyone predicted, including us.
Yeah.
yes,
Rowan and Will.
Maybe
the
Planeswalkers.
Rowan and Will. Yeah, I actually like the cards. I really do.
I don't like that like Will's like 5 converted mana cost. I've always hated when they do like 4 and like the 1. I always prefer like 3
It's
and 2
splashable.
color. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, at least for for at least for my and if I want to play this card in Golos, it wouldn't make that much because all of their effects are involving instants or sorceries, except Will. Will does give me like, oh, I can have the base power of a creature to 0/2. I can draw 2 cards, and the other one is exile up to target permanents. For each permanent exiled this way, its controller creates a bird, a blue-red bird. That
It's
effect
an
I would not
elemental.
use it a lot.
It's a 4/4 elemental. You can up to have 5/4/4 elementals. That's not, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
nothing to laugh at, but
I kind of wish they could be your commander, like have like the little thing on the bottom,
Yeah.
be like, this card can be your commander, but
You
no.
already got one. You already got one. You greedy.
I know,
piece
but
of-
you know, I wish I could just do it with all of them. You know what I'm saying?
You put it in the 99. You have your
Mhm.
normal Rowan and Will deck with the Battle Bond commanders, and then you stick that one
Exactly.
aside.
That is
also
cool. That is actually a
again,
cool theme. I like that.
Yeah.
Will is a lot stronger than Rowan. And
Oh,
even
yes.
in the other one, Will was a lot stronger than Rowan.
That is true.
Rowan just enables Will in the other one, but here it's just okay.
Well, the only good thing about Rowan is that it's 3 costed.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And it's good because it enables Magecraft. And it probably
Mhm.
enables really good Izzet decks in the foreseeable future. Because
Which
it's
enables
3
that
costed.
that little human wizard magecraft that draws you cards.
I know. I wish it was a legendary. Jesus.
Yeah,
I'm kind
I
of happy
can't-
it's not, because I
Can't
would just
wait to
make
put
a
it in Mizzet.
I would just grab that, be like, new commander.
You're gonna play
And just-
Storm. That's what
Yeah.
you're gonna play. Storm. You're gonna play Mind's
I know.
Desire,
Yep.
Brain Freeze, all the Storm cards.
Yep.
You're gonna draw all the
Just
cards.
gonna draw. It's like, how do you win? Shut up.
exactly.
More cards. More.
It's just me playing Joyra.
And then, guys, so we've got pretty much of we pulled it, I guess. In terms of like our predictions, we're there, except on the lands, I guess.
We had some wrong ones.
Really,
Yeah.
we weren't
We got a
off.
couple. We got a
You
couple.
weren't that off. But now, for all of you that are watching us, so next Saturday we will be talking about these pretty cards. We
I-
hope
I
that we can get
hopefully-
spoiled more cards for the commanders.
Mhm.
Hopefully,
Yes.
we're going
And
to be
we'll-
talking about these and
The rest of the spoilers.
the
because
rest of the spoilers that we
for
get
sure-
this
for
week
sure,
as well.
We're gonna get the rest.
So,
for sure.
Let's see what happens, guys. And if you guys have any topics or that you guys want us to talk about, just go ahead and comment in the chat or write us in any of our posts like that. You got like that. We can have it like how do you say it? Archived or in our little notebook of ideas like that. We can talk about different things. And again, every Saturday. 8 I'm gonna say the same hour as today, 9:30 at 9:30 every Saturday. So guys, JP, where can they find you?
You can find me here in Cardboard Cave every Saturday. Well, we kind of missed last Saturday, but we made up for it today.
Yeah.
Every Saturday, hopefully every Saturday, you can find me here at Cardboard Cave at 9:30 p.m.
Awesome.
Eastern,
How about you, Chris?
Eastern time.
Eastern. How about you, Chris?
Well, as always, I always say I'm going to put more content on my Twitch. I'm starting to do stuff. I might be streaming, well, not today, but sometime during the week, I'm going to be streaming some Magic Legends because it's still really fun, even though it has some optimization issues. So yeah, you can find me on Twitch as ChrisCross13, and you can find me here on the Cardboard Cave podcast.
Okay, Orengo, where can they find you?
I wish I could play Magic Legends, but every time I boot it with my RTX 2080, it just lags and it runs like in 5 frames per second. It's ridiculous. Like, I passed the tutorial hoping I could fix it, and then I saw on Reddit. I'm gonna rant for like a second. I saw that you could fix like the shadows and fix like the zinking issue, and then I went to the little chat, which by the way everyone was spamming in the chat. I put like /shadow to 0, and then it looked like a game from the 1994, and then I couldn't play anyways because it was still lagging. And then I was like, well, I guess I'm not gonna play Magic Legends. God dang it. Hopefully when it's fixed, I'll join Chris because I really want to play with people. That was the whole point of this stupid game from when it was released. I wanted to play with all you guys and play like have a little fun, having like, nights where we just play that game. But okay, you can find me here. Obviously, you can find me at the Movie Guy Podcast. You can find me at my podcast, Cinemas Podcast. I am going to do a podcast on Wednesday. That's already been confirmed. I need to do the promo. I will do it probably right now or tomorrow. You can also find me at 15 in Richport. We do twice a month Cine Nerds, where we talk about weird movies that the host selects and I don't get to choose. But even beyond that, just Google me. Here you go, John. Google me. Google my name.
Yay!
I make movies. I make movies. It's more important than all these things. And John, go.
Okay, you guys can find me on all my social media as Big Boss 117PR. Every Wednesday and Friday, I do stream. I am going to start streaming Magic Legends every Friday because I want to play with you guys. I hope it doesn't crash in my computer. But every Wednesday, I do play Magic the Gathering, play rank to try and see if I can get to Mythic like I did last long time ago in first season. A long time ago. As well, you guys can see me at the Movie Guy podcast every Tuesday and Thursday, and every once a month. This month on April, we are going to go back to Up Left Right. We're going to be talking about again Mortal Kombat. That new movie is coming out on April 16th, if I'm not mistaken. And then we're going to talk about Mortal Kombat in the show to see how good if this one actually is better than the previous two Mortal Kombat films. I don't have my mug. I left it in my room, but you guys can find Glitter and Alley Shop. You guys can check their custom mugs. The one that Orengo showed you that says Google my name or Google me. That cup is from Glithering Alley Shop. So go ahead, pass by their Facebook page like that. You guys can go ahead and get your custom mug. It comes in different sizes, and it could be custom made for your favorite characters, shows, or anything that you like in particular. So see you guys next Saturday, 9:30. We're going to be talking about more Strixhaven goodies, and we hope that Wizard of the Coast one day gives us a spoiler. One day.
Hopefully.
Someday.
Please.
Hopefully.
Please.
Someday.
Please.
Maybe Modern Horizons. Let's see what happens. Let's see. But see you guys in the next one.